Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is the last day of the week, day 7. Well, not really the week, but like on here. Anyway, whatever. Day 7 of the Leetcode Daily Challenge. Hit the like button, subscribe, and join me in Discord. Let me know what you think about today's farm. Today we have 1653. Minimum deletions to make string balanced. I thought we did something similar, but I guess they just call everything balanced for no reason anyway. Anyway, yeah. Hope everyone's doing okay. I ran yeah, I went 8 miles actually. I thought I was going to do 9, but then now that I think about it, I just kind of miscounted or something. Anyway, I just did 8 miles. I want to do like another 8 tomorrow and Sunday or something, just to kind of keep my body fresh. But yeah, trying to force myself back into shape a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we have. Yeah, so you're given a string S. Let's get to the problem in case you want to. Let's get the string S. You have A and B. Okay, that's interesting. You can delete any number of characters S to make S balance. S is balanced if there are no pairs of. This is like, did we do that yesterday or something? I know that is more generic, but I forget. Oh, like that's the min max one. Okay, but I mean the phrasing is very similar, even though obviously it's a different problem. I guess they just kind of grouped it that way for whatever reason anyway. But okay. You can delete any numbers of characters in S to make it balance. And it's S is balanced if there's no pairs of indexes ij such that I is less than j and I is b. Oh, I mean this is just basically you want to make everything a b, right, or something like that. So I mean. Yeah, I mean, the way to think about it, I think there are a couple of ways you can think about it, of course. There's also variation on this problem that are just like, you swap or something like this, but they're all kind of the same. The idea here is just to brute force what would it be? I mean, in this case, it's a little bit trickier to illustrate, rather. I mean, it's the same problem, but it's just like having, you have something like this as the end result, right? And then now, so then you just have to figure out, okay, well, if this is what you want at some point, and then if the input's this, then and you just kind of brute force. Okay, well, if we kind of draw an arbitrary line, a sweep line, if you will, let's just say everything to the left of this line is going to be A's, and everything on the right of this line is going to be B's, and you remove everything that's not a B. So you do the same with A. So then here you remove all the A's. So it requires was a 5 removal, right? And then now you move the B to here, and of course it's going to require 6 removals, which is worse. Move to here, going to require even more, right? But then now, this is a little bit better now, and so forth, and you just kind of do it that way, brute force it, right? And I imagine the ideal would actually be something like this, where you remove the 2 B's. Well, actually the other way, sorry, these 2 B's, right? And then you get 2 as the answer. And that's really the idea about it. So then now, all you have to do, I mean, I think I write this a different way every time because it's just, all that matters. But also, you remember, I think one thing that, and I was going to write this for a little bit before explaining it, is that if you kind of have like, all these things, right? Keep in mind that, as I said, you want to draw a line to the beginning and also probably the end, right? Just in case or whatever. But as a result, if you kind of count the spaces, if you have n characters, it actually, I don't want to draw it out, but if you have n characters, that's actually n plus 1 space to go over. So that's a very common problem that I have anyway, may not be, apply to you, is that I make that silly mistake of forgetting to count one of them, either the beginning or the end, depending on how you index, right? So yeah, so here maybe we start with B to the right is equal to just S dot count of B, and then A left is A to the left of the line is going to be just 0 because there's nothing in the left of the line because the line is the first character, right? And then yeah, and then maybe you have a best minimum, so that just set to some big number. You could even set to n, really. Maybe it doesn't have to be this big. Let's just say n if you want to say you thought about it a little bit, right? Because you just remove every character and that'll be the answer, which always will give you an answer, but it won't be the minimum answer. It's just always a possible answer, right? So yeah, so maybe we could write like, yeah, phi in range of n, right? Then now, moving the line from before a sub I, or I say a sub s sub I, sorry, to after s sub I, right? That's it, right? And at this point, oh, I forgot to write this even because it's min. wait, I think I did the opposite of what I want. I think I want A right and B left because those are the things you delete, right? Okay, easy fix. But sorry for the confusion. But yeah, right. And then now, okay, then what does this mean? That means that, okay, before s sub I, if s sub I is equal to A, right, then, well, A sub right, well, we subtract 1, right? And then else, if s sub I is equal to B, which of course is, there's only 2 choices, so I'm just going to write else here. I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit. Right, then now you have an X, because it moved from the right to the left, now you B left this 1, and then you just check for, again, right? You want to remove all the B's that are on the left and all the A's that are on the right, and you minimize all the removals, and you should be good. Hopefully I didn't make a silly mistake, because all the talk about off by 1, the most embarrassing thing is to, you know, have an off by 1. Which happens a lot for me, but so that's why I want to, you know, be sure. Anyway, yeah, this is gonna be linear time, constant space, right? Honestly, I've done, I don't know if I've done this problem, but I feel like I've done, okay, I mean, that's a good amount of times anyway. But I've done very similar problems, and there are all sorts of similar problems on Leetcode for some reason. Sometimes it's, like I said, sometimes it's removal, sometimes you swap, sometimes you, so, you know, just play around with that idea, and that's it. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. And yeah, stay good, stay healthy to good mental health. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye-bye.